Hello, guys, and welcome back to this channel. So, yes, it has been a while, and I know by now most of you guys might have already gotten what you were looking for, which is being profitable in this market, right? But I've been seeing this type of comments in this channel for a while now, and yes, I just want to talk a little bit about it. And yes, I do have a problem. That is why I've not been actually posting on this channel, and the problem has been this. Now, obviously, by listening to this, you realize that it's a sweet problem. And this past month, he has been disturbing us a lot, right? So, because of it, I've not really gotten a lot of chance to actually make a lot of videos and all those stuff. But that's just by the way. Now, my problem is most of you guys actually take strategies that we teach literally, right? It's not everything that you have to take literally. Let's say you've seen an original strategy somewhere. Price is in a consolidation. They say when price is breaking through that consolidation, you still start buying all the way up. But you actually looked at it and you feel like, okay, if price is breaking above that consolidation, I should wait for a retest before I buy. That is your own way of understanding how to execute this trade, right? And it's very, very simple. I've seen a lot of people tell me that I'm executing trades on the 714 method wrong. I'm doing what and what wrong. That is my own way of understanding the 714 method, and it has been working marvelously. This is a strategy that I built with my own understanding of the 714 method. And look at the profits that we've been getting so far. Now, yes, indeed, this strategy is not all that perfect because it also has losses, right? Right here today, I actually missed my entry. My entry was here. Price did not really pick it. This was the entry that the 714 method gave. This is the entry that it gave yesterday. So you see that when you go back, yes, we are going to have losses. This was a loss right here. This was a win right there. We are going to have losses, and it's not every single chart that is going to work nice on, right? Some levels are there, it wouldn't actually work very, very good. But you have to understand that if you see a strategy from somebody that you like to use, you can pick it up, actually twist it to understand it much, much more and start using it. And that's what I've did. This is good for me. I don't have to follow anybody to trade the 714 method. I just have to trade it the way I want. When you look closely at how I execute my trades, you realize that here the 714 method entry was here. But I knew this is a what? A very solid zone of execution. Why is it a very solid zone of execution? Because if I actually zoom out, so let me just zoom out so that you look at it very well. So if I actually zoom out, what have you seen so far? You can see that this range is a level of what? Support. So even price is coming here, and I know this is the 714 method where it wants me to execute a trade. I'm looking forward for price to hit either the middle point of this range or just somewhere inside here so that I can catch this trade and shoot all the way upright. So yes, the 714 method is saying buy, but obviously I know I shouldn't be buying at that time. So you can use trend, you can use what? Market analysis. You can use anything to support your entry. Here I was buying up because market failed to actually create a what? A lower low. So what do you think is going to do after taking out this high? It's going to retest and continue buying. So I have to buy. The 714 method giving me a sell doesn't really matter because I'm not going to use it. The trend is telling me that we should buy all the way up. So definitely I'm going to be doing what? Buying all the way up. So you have to understand it's not all the time, and it's not every single pair that the 714 method is going to look very, very nice on, right? When you look at BTC, we've been buying very nice on BTC. Now, let me show you where we last bought with the 714 method on BTC. That was here. This was a sell. We did not take the trade because below here, BTC on weekly time frame, we wanted to buy all the way up. So I'm looking forward for buys that the 714 method will print. This is a buy. This was a sell. I'm obviously going to ignore it because I know this is a weekly high. So if price breaks above this, we are going to shoot. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Whenever someone teaches you something, don't just pick it literally and start using it like that. If the 714 method is doing this, is doing that, you can also just put at least a little bit of something on top of it, right? When you look at me, I've automated almost every single strategy that I want. I've automated it. Anything that I'm using that is powerful enough, I automate it. This is the 714 method. Very, very good strategy. I've automated this strategy and I can now use it as much as I like, right? This was an entry of the 714 method right here, but I was already in a trade around somewhere here, right? I was already in a sell trade right here. Look at this. I was already in this sell trade. I actually executed this sell trade with some of my students. But because the market changed around this zone, you can see we had a support zone right here. Price changing above it is indicating to me that we want to continue going up. So if the 714 method gives me a very nice execution zone, I'm going to take it. Do you understand that? Very, very simple. So here, I wanted to buy the 714 method, give a buy, but I actually had a support zone right here that I was looking for. So I just wanted a wick to come and pick my trade. But I realized the 714 method actually played out, but I wasn't in the trade. It's not a problem. And it's not only the 714 method that I've automated. I've automated almost all strategies that I use that is extremely powerful. If I close this, let me close this right now and turn on the MBK strategy. Remember, I taught this strategy how it works. Now, I don't trade the MBK strategy on every pair. I only trade it on US 500 currently. Why am I trading it on US 500? Because the pair is smooth. Currently, this pair is smooth. So if I'm going to trade the MBK strategy, it becomes very, very sensible for me to be looking for trades with this type of strategy. Do you understand that? Now, if we are to go back, you see, I took a lot of trades within this couple of months just on this what on this pair alone using this exact same strategy, right? And there are still trades here that I've taken so far. I've taken a lot of trades and we can go all the way back, right? But here is the case. A lot of you guys don't like automating things that you know. You don't like automating stuff that is going to be beneficial to you. You know that if market changes structure, there's a high chance it will come to another block, or there's a high chance it will go to a valid zone of interest before it shoots all the way up. What do? Find a place that you can build an indicator around it. Build an indicator around your own views and your own ways of what perceiving the market, right? Because it makes sense extremely easy for you. This is the MBQ strategy. I've been using it a lot. I've built things around it. I've built an indicator around it. Now I just have to come onto the market. It will tell me when to sell. It will tell me when to buy. Do you understand how simple it is? Very, very easy. Not just the MBK strategy. I also have some that are called MBK FIB. This is one of the best strategies, or this is the one of the best indicators that I've been using on bigger time frames, right? You can see here entry. Now there was already an entry here. It's already indicated an entry here. You can see it's right there, right? It's already indicated an entry there, and it's very, very powerful as well. You can use it on any time frame that you want. If you go to that time frame, it's just going to do what? Tell you where to execute. So you can see where the entry is. If you come to this time frame, you can see where I was supposed to sell right here. When you go to all these time frames, every single time frame, look at it, entry right there, another entry given. When you come to this zone, I took a trade this morning on one of the charts using this. This was it right here. This was the entry right there. Very, very simple from here all the way up to that zone. Easy as that. So learn to automate every single thing. I can't teach you every single thing, right? I can't teach you every single thing. And these indicators will probably move to my students, right? Very, very simple. But I can't teach you everything. No person in this world is going to teach you everything. So if you are using something that you realize that it is very, very good, it is very, very important, like the 714 method, just go ahead, automate it, learn and understand the pairs that it works very, very good on. When you look at the 714 method today, I've used it on this pair, I think twice this couple of months. I used it twice because it gave me this good trades. You can see it right here, right, right here, right there. Price was in a downtrend. Now look at this. This red zone right here is my level of what? Interest. If price breaks above this and I see that we cannot break below a low, I know that there's a high chance price will reverse at least for a while, right? So if it's reversing and I see a market structure shift right here, I can see 714 method giving me an entry right there. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to use the 714 method, right? Very, very simple. And today I did not even use the 714 method on this because this other strategy actually gave me a very nice entry right there, which is this right here. It actually gave me a very nice entry right there, right? So I don't need to come onto the charts and be looking at the charts every single minute, every single time. And it's not every single zone that is going to be labeled as what entry. It has a reasoning behind it. Use your own logic, use your own understanding of the trend, and create an indicator for yourself that is going to work perfectly for you, right? Use these things, understand what is going on, and you are good to go. When you look at this trade that I executed, that was because of the MBK strategy, right? So if I turn it back on, every single trade that I execute here is because of the MBK strategy, not the 714 method and not the MBK Fib, right? So here's what happened. It indicated a sell here. We are already below the MBK strategy. So I know I'm supposed to be what? Selling all the way down, right? But here's something that was happening here. Price swept this and broke above, meaning there was not enough liquidity to shoot price down. So I was initially waiting for price to come all the way up to this zone for me to execute my sell trade, right? Because this is the sell, this is high right here. So we are still in the sell zone. But the next thing I see is price generating a lot of liquidity here. So when this movement comes down, I know if we are back to that zone, we'll be selling from somewhere here. So I can just input my trade right there. And I'll be waiting for price to come back up, pick my trade. I can use this high or that high right there as my what? My SL right. And I'm good to go because the MBK strategy is already indicating the sell. And I'm just seeing a what? A reason of execution. Moreover, sometimes I do turn this on, and today I turned it on, right? When you turn this on, it actually gives you a valid zones of entry, right? And this was the valid zone of entry for me. None of these strategies, you not see any of these indicators anywhere because I sat down, I analyzed the market, I executed trades based on what I see, based on what I understand, and I built a what? An indicator based on my own way of trading. So everything that you are seeing right here is based on my own way of trading. MBK strategy based on my own way of trading. That is my strategy. 714 method based on my own way of executing a trade based on that 714 method. You realize that today it would have been a loss right here. So it's not every single pair that the 714 method is going to be good at. That is why I don't trade it on this pair right here. You see that here was also a wrong trade. When you go back further, this was actually a good trade, but I actually traded based on the what? The MBK strategy, not the 714 method, right? But you see that it would have given you a very valid and good trade right here. So it's not every pair that it will work on, but at the same time, it's not every pair that you're also going to be trading. So always try your best and automate what you do on the charts. It makes things very, very easy for you. So yes, the 714 method, anyone that says that I'm trading the 714 method wrong, or anybody that says that how I'm trading the 714 method is not the way the 714 method is supposed to trade. Yes, that is the whole point. You are not supposed to be doing something that everybody is doing. Do you understand that? I don't even know if you have understood what I'm saying. That is the whole point. You are supposed to be doing something that everybody does. That's swerve a little bit, do something different, right? So that's just by the way. I'll see you guys soon. Remember, it's not every day that the 714 method is going to give good trades. Some days are perfect, especially if you are just a little bit of analysis. When you look at this day, you see how big the 714 method zone was. But if I close it, you see my entry right there. You can see that my entry wasn't that big. Why? Because there was an order block. So if this is an order block, I can just wait for price to come to the order block and I'll execute my trade. It's not every time that you're supposed to just follow anything that you see on the chart. Use some level of analysis, a little bit, understand your charts. You can use support and resistance. Here, this trade was support and resistance. Very good trade, very good analysis. That was today. Very good trade, very good analysis. It went straight to TP, right? But that's just by the way. I'll see you guys soon. Remember, try your best, understand whatever you are doing. There's an easy way to analyze the charts. There's an easy way to execute trades. There's an easy way to do what? To make money from this charts. You just have to find it. And when you find it, things are going to become easy for you. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching. I'll probably think about making videos again for you guys to understand more But that's just by the way. Let's see what happens.